How do you get your family with you in church? I mean, really, how do you get your family with you in church? Now, I'm thinking about situations where a husband goes to church and, he wants his wife with him, but she doesn't feel the same way he does. Maybe a wife, she feels she loves Christ and she wants to be in church and she wants her husband and family with her. That's the kind of idea I got in my mind. Maybe you got grown children or your children are married or whatever, and you want them with you in church. How do you get your family with you in church? And really, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing families serving God together. Families. Now, the devil will try to rob you of it. He'll try to prevent it. He'll try to keep you from it. But there's nothing more beautiful than families, even generations of people coming together, grandparents, and then their grown children, the parents, and then the children of the parents, and then maybe even down the road, you got great-grandchildren and on, generations. That's a beautiful thing to see families filling the pews and serving God together. And we want to get there. That's what we want. How do we achieve that? How do we attain that? Well, let me give you a few simple thoughts. Number one, you need to pray. So, wife, if you've got a husband who doesn't come with you to church, he doesn't believe like you believe, then what should you do? You should pray. Now, honestly, this is the most important piece of advice I could give you. It's the most important thing you could ever do for somebody is to pray for that person. Pray for them. You remember the story of Abraham and Lot? You remember how Lot went off to Sodom. He lived there in Sodom with his family. Abraham one day stood before the Lord and began to pray. God said he's going to destroy Sodom. And Abraham prayed, if you find 50, will you spare the city? If you find 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, would you spare the city for 10 righteous? And you remember what happened? I mean, God destroyed Sodom, yes, but he pulled Lot out of there. Now, why do you think Abraham was praying so fervently for the people of Sodom? I think it's because he knew Lot was down there. He was praying for Lot, and God blessed those prayers, and of course, Lot's life was spared. You know what? You can pray, and your prayers move the heart of God, and God moves the heart of people. So I encourage you, pray. Pray for your family. Call their names out to God. And those secret prayers that you pray, God has a way of rewarding those secret prayers openly, showing the answers openly. Pray for them. Second thing I would say to you is stay faithful. Now, if you want the things of God to be important to your family, then they need to see how important it is to you. Now, I'm not talking about bragging on yourself or any of that kind of thing, or standing up like we do on January the 1st and announcing all the New Year's resolutions we're going to keep and then we don't keep come March. I'm talking about just in your life, just a consistent faithfulness in your life. If you want your family with you in church, then you should be there every time the doors are open. Let it be known in your family. When it's church time, I'm not scheduling anything. I'm going to church. I hope you come with me. The door's open for you to come with me, but I'm going to be there. Bring your Bible, bring something to write on and to write with so that you can take notes from what the pastor is preaching on. But stay faithful. If the church has got activities and events, then you should be involved. Plug your life in. Be involved. Not as a show, but as just being faithful. And as your family sees that faithfulness is going to work on their hearts. So pray, be faithful, and then show compassion. Have compassion. I mean, let the love of Jesus shine in your heart in your home. The home is the place where you need to have the most love and affection, and Jesus can give you that. So let your husband or your wife or your children see the love of Christ in you for them. And yes, when you have those bad days and things go wrong and you snap or you have a fight, apologize when you're wrong. Back up and let it be known, hey, it's not what I want. And just show the love of Jesus. Show the love of Jesus. Let them see Christ in you. So pray, stay faithful, and have the compassion of Jesus. Now, you can't nag your family into it. You can't nag them into heaven, and you can't nag them into church. And wives, I'm just going to tell you, you can't nag your husband. He's not going to listen. He'll be an old stubborn mule. I speak from experience. But what I can tell you is, you encourage, you be faithful, invite where you can, pray, and have that compassion, and watch what God can do.